All right, hi, my name is Delina. I'm a senior here at UCF, and my project is going to be on the bar called Two Schmucks. This is a quirky little bar that is very unique, and we're going to go into what this bar is and why it's ranked on this list of top 50 bars in the world. So to start off, you can see the logo here to the right. It's just two schmucks, and the underlining, sentence they say is "flavor is king." And you're going to learn a little bit of why they state that about their bar later on in the presentation. So to start off here, I see, the location is actually in Barcelona, Spain. So just away across the water there in Europe, and it's just this little tiny dot there across the world, and this is their permanent location, but they actually have a couple different things that are changing just because of COVID wise, but this is going to be kind of like their main address, and that is Carrera de Joaquin Costa 52 08001. So that's their actual location. But right now, with everything happening with COVID, they do have a couple different things that are happening. So you can see here they have varying hours. So this can be, only a couple hours a day. So usually in the late evening, they only open maybe 2 or 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours, depending. They just post on their social media, "Hey, we're open for this amount today." Just recently, they did announce that they were going to be open 7 days a week, which is amazing. They have had months and months and months where they were not able to open at all, and then only like a couple days, and now they are open 7 days a week. But to be able to have that, they had to have a temporary location that they could do it. It seems like the location they were at, their permanent location, that neighborhood specifically is not allowing bars to be open for a certain amount of time. So they decided to have a temporary location in the meantime while the restrictions kind of loosen up and get better. So their location right now is Plaza de Emilia Venturel. That's where they're at, and they hope to go back to their original location once everything kind of opens up back up, and they're open and they can be open longer time. So now to go into a little bit about them, their theme, their concept. They call themselves basically like a 5-star dive bar, and you can consider them kind of like a shoe in the wall look. They, are very edgy, alternative, relaxed. That's what I labeled them as, and they don't let that theme or that concept of them to take away from their service side. They have, excellent customer service, and they want to serve their guests the best possible degree they can. So this can be up par with fine dining. That's what they describe themselves as, their customer service wise. So that's always a good thing. It doesn't take away from that aspect of it. So to go into a little bit more in depth, I say edgy, and the way that I consider them edgy is they're not afraid to try new things. They're not afraid to get out of the box, and they're not afraid to, be blunt and show you what they mean and how they mean it. You can see here that they do use, you know, lyrics from popular songs that are, I'm sure some of you know, this one, Certified Freak, 7 days a week. They used that to announce that they're officially going to be open 7 days a week. And it was very popular, and it got lots of looks and lots of laughs, and that's how they draw their customers in. They have graffiti all over their tables. They really just try and be different, and they have classic drinks that you may recognize. They put their twist on it, and that's how they show that they're not like the rest of them. Now, to go into alternative, kind of the same concept here. Like I said, they don't like being in a box, so they do whatever they want when they want to, and they don't confide to what a bar is supposed to look like or what a bar is supposed to say or promote. So you have pictures of food that doesn't look all nice and pretty and fine dining looking concepts, but they still have the customer service there. They care about their customer service, and they are up par with finer establishments in their area and around the world. And that's no one can back them on that. No one can tell them that they don't have that. So you have here, promotions that they have where they show that they hated 2020. They hated what it did to their industry, and they just wanted to say goodbye in a funny way. And they said that, and they promoted it, and it was actually a very popular event. So that's, a great thing that they do. They use their alternativeness to show customers that, come on, I'm feeling the same as you, so let's go have a drink about it. And you can see in their bar setup as well, they don't have the fine glasses and the fine dishes and the beer and the wine that's all on top and all displayed all pretty. They just show their own style, and they show it in their own way. Now to go into a relax. So as you could have seen in those other photos, they really don't care if they use curse words. They use curse words, foul language, naughty language, and they don't really care what anybody has to say about it. They use it to their advantage because they're relatable, and they show that come as you are. Some of the employees wear flip-flops and t-shirts to work, and it just shows that anybody's welcome. They welcome anybody in with a smile. And if you are a new person that they've never seen before, it's your first time, they definitely come up to you and welcome you with open arms. And I think that is a great and admirable thing to have, because it shows that, come as you are, we welcome you no matter how you look, how you're dressed, or what you're here for. We're just here and have a drink. So it's pretty cool, and they don't really care much about, the statistics and the numbers and all of that. They just say, come and enjoy yourself. So now we can go into kind of how this came about. Basically, they have two schmucks with an idea. They had an idea, and this is Mo and AJ. They were the founders of this bar, and it was actually originally a pop-up bar. It was a pop-up series throughout Spain and other parts in other countries as well around it. They wanted to have a permanent location, so they decided to just purchase this little shoestring place that was kind of falling apart. And they didn't really have much money either, but they decided to put everything they had into it. And with little money they had, they turned it around and made a fantastic bar and a fantastic legacy for themselves. So they turned it around. They did that, and they decided to put it in this community. It's called a Rabble. They strive in their community, and they are very appreciative of that community, Rabble, for opening their arms to them. And they think that, or they know that the reason why they're able to keep doing what they're doing is because that community allows them to do it. So they give back to the community as much as they can. They use local produce to give back as well. And you can even see on some of their shirts, they have a logo that says Ravel State of Mind, to just show that, this is our community, this is where we belong, and we're appreciative that they welcomed us like they did. And now we can go into basically why is this bar so special? Why is this bar on the top bars in the world? So the reason why I think that they are, such a well-known bar at this point and such a special place in Barcelona is because they know how to target their consumers. They know what their consumers want, and they know how to give them, everything they want and more. And they know that they are different. They're different from other bars, and they have something different to offer versus, just going to the same old place, same old thing in every other country. They just said, no, we're going to be different, and we're going to show you that even though we're alternative, we're edgy, we may be a little bit scary to fine dining, we can show par, and we can have our drinks, have our food taste amazing while also having that alternative, I don't care kind of vibe. So I think that's great. And they don't take that away from their customer service. They don't take that away from their community, awareness and their appreciation for that community. They definitely have those on their priority always, and they are doing great at it. So now we can go into a little bit of the menu that they have, this is definitely not the only stuff they have on their menu. They have plenty, and it's always changing. They constantly are adding new things, removing things. So this is just kind of some of the ones that I saw that they've posted on their social media a lot and are kind of popular. So you can see there, they have, you know, the Schmuck muffins, they have Bloody Marias, they have Fluffy Mimosa, which is pretty cool. They have a Kamichi Philly sandwich, a Mr. Mango drink, and chicken and waffles. So you can see some of the classic drinks that, you know, every bar kind of has. They kind of put their own spin on it, and they make it their own, and they make it unique, and they make it funny sometimes with different quirky names. So that's always good. So now to go into lastly, you know, recognition, kind of what they're doing now. They, like we were mentioning earlier, you know, they are number 26 on that list of the top 50 bars in the world, which is pretty, you know, high up there. It's in the middle. So out of all the bars in the world, this is definitely one of the best, and you can see why. They were recognized by Forbes magazine. So they had a, you know, article written about them, and you can see that if they're on Forbes, they're definitely something to talk about. And they are, you know, having articles written on them, you know, they have videos being made about them, pictures being taken of their place, and it's being spread everywhere. They actually had a pop-up tour in the US. It was, you know, just little pop-up bars, kind of like they were doing in Spain, all around the US, kind of the same concept. And that was in 2020. So that actually excelled, and they did really good there, and they had a lot of expansion because of that. So to now kind of wrap up everything, you know, Two Schmucks is an amazing bar, and they're edgy, they're cool, and they show that, you know, you can have this edginess to you, but not, you know, take away from other aspects of being a good restaurant or a good bar. So that's great, and I think they're doing an amazing job, and this is definitely one of the top things on my list. If I ever go to Spain, I definitely want to visit this bar, and I hope this presentation brings the same out of you, and you would want to visit them as well. So that is it for my presentation. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.